Yes, now we have come to the founder keynote sessions. The founders of cloud kitchens, they will be talking about the growth challenges. Now, Satish SV of Sashe Ventures, the co-founder, he is into cloud kitchen. He'll be making a presentation on his business model, the growth challenges, the pandemic hurdles. Over to you, Satish. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Rajan. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. And it's nice to see so many young entrepreneurs sharing their business ideas. Um, I was actually working in corporate for almost 20 years. Just before pandemic, I felt that I need to start something on my own, and that is when I thought of actually getting into the food space. And certainly, I mean, like cloud kitchen, as the previous speaker was saying, that's a new thing, which is it's probably just due to the booming industry and food. Everybody need to have food thrice in a day. So in that sense, the opportunity was immense, and being from the food background last 20 years, I thought probably it can be an opportunity for me to get into the space in the early stages and probably uh, establish something what I thought I should. Um, so this Aji Ruchi kitchen is basically the name Aji is basically grandmother's. Aji means grandmother, and Ruchi is taste. So we wanted to keep the typical traditional name because the offering what we intended to do was a typical traditional food. We didn't want to have anything exotic or anything reinvention of food. Just the typical traditional food which was being done at homes from years, which I mean, in today's time, it's not even available in most of the places. When pizzas and burgers have taken over, I know most of the houses, pastas and things like that. So this is sort of restoring the traditional recipes and probably carrying forward the legacy of the traditional food for the next generation. And incidentally, my grandmother, my mother, and my wife, they have been amazing cooks. And whatever food I used to carry in last 20 years to the office was certainly uh, liked by everybody, and it was almost like sought after. So I thought, why not to take the taste to the people in the community. So and that was there in my mind from quite some time. And certainly, when you're working in a corporate, there has to be a time when you have to say quits for the company. So after 20 years, after working for various multinational companies, I felt it was a time to get into. Just to before getting into the problems or the challenges what today's cloud kitchens are facing, I just like to take a couple of minutes to just explain the background of Ajirchi Kitchen. We intend to service home foods, as I said, it's a traditional foods, and any product what we intend to sell in our kitchen will has to be authentic. That means if it doesn't pass that authentic test, like if a simple item like a poha, if it's really not tasty as probably how it should be, it will not be in the menu. That's the basic definition of a product being in the menu. Um, and the second important thing was the fresh and healthiness. We as a company's policy, we do not intend to use any artificial flavors, preservatives, colors, or anything to enhance the taste. Not even MSG or not even Ajinomoto. We wanted to use the typical traditional stuff what a housewife or a typical kitchen uses. So we wanted to get that typical home feel even in the food. And for whom? I mean, like, who are the customers? In today's fast-packed cities, uh, we often find people coming from different places to cities to work. The singles, uh, and a lot of these people do not even have time to cook. They will be so busy in the day, and the new age couples who both the uh, both of them go to work and they typically do not have time to cook. So we wanted to give them an option of home food, a taste of authentic home food sitting at home. And certainly technology. This all cloud kitchens typically works only with technology. And whatever technology comes in the particular domain, which enhances the business, or which will help us enhance the business, will be taken in a stride, and our spending and investment will certainly be in technology going ahead as one of the key thing. Currently, we just started this kitchen 3 months ago, so we are very new to the business. And we started through Swiggy. That was the first platform we encountered. Because Swiggy is, I think, the only platform which is like very with an open arm. They encourage all these newcomers, and it was by in mid of August we launched, and it was a great start. Uh, though I mean, initially I had a little skepticism, saying that for a typical traditional food, with so many restaurants on the Swiggy page, will we get a hit or will we get orders? But we were quite surprised. We started getting orders. I mean, like, though, yeah, it was a gradual start. Uh, one order in a day to 5 orders, and in a week it jumped to almost like 7 orders, 10 orders. So we have seen that from ground level, from ground zero to just going up step by step. And initially, certainly, I was offering 40% discount on the entire menu to get the initial garner the customers, and certainly the typical digital marketing things what Swiggy offers. And in first couple of months, it was amazing to see orders surging to the extent that we had to switch off the kitchen where we couldn't handle surge of orders. And the customer rating also was very good. And in fact, most of the customers actually rated for taste. And we were, I mean, last month, like we were at 4.3 out of 5-point scale. And this month again, we are the gold partner with Swiggy. Swiggy has this typical gradation of restaurants based on the serviceability and the offerings, and they have a typical metrics to rate a restaurant, and we are in that gold partner level. In addition to that, we also from our kitchen made some instant mixes and placed this in stores around South Bangalore, where our kitchen is. Almost around 60 stores we have placed. These are typical instant mixes. Again, these mixes are also made in our kitchen, and the same mixes are sold to Swiggy, as well as the same mixes mixed with rice. In the photograph, you can see raw mango rice. We have a mix also we sell, and also the raw mango rice also we sell. So this is the main offerings, and we also saw a huge demand for festive offerings. And in India, every other month there is some big festival, and we just finished Diwali last month, and we made that authentic Diwali food, which is actually made in South. And to be surprised, I mean, actually we went out of stock uh, twice actually in the Diwali full day period. So and that is the demand which we have seen for typical traditional foods, even in today's online. Now coming to the challenges, which is the theme for today's presentation. The first challenge, since we opened a kitchen in August, certainly it was a pandemic times. In Bangalore, where we are, I mean, like I stay in Kurmangala, kitchen is in Kurmangala. City was like literally empty, deserted streets. PGs, since colleges are shut, people are gone. No, there are no students typically from other places to study here. And most of the IT companies, I think 90% of the IT companies are still work from home, and many people have fled to their hometowns and living the high rentals here. So in that sense, I think typically the people who are the typical TG, I think, are missing. I feel that around at least 2/3 of this population, when they come back, when things become normal, maybe in next couple of months or next after 6 months, business will expand to that extent straight away. That's the expectation of that. The second is the inconsistent order flow. Though I don't have very big historic data to say that, but in last 4 months, what I've seen is there is a surge of order in couple of minutes. I mean, like, it's just you open up, you get an order. By the time you read an order, another 10 orders flow in. I mean, you can't even by the time you read the 10th order, already 10 people will be standing outside to deliver. So in that sense, and we have to deliver in 15 minutes or at the max 30 minutes. That's the time what Swiggy gives. So it becomes like we were actually forced to switch off kitchen when this sudden surge of order happens, and that's certainly loss of business opportunity. And the other worst thing is anticipating this high demand. If we prepare something and keep it for the next day, Like for example, vada pav. Today we got some 50 orders, and tomorrow, anticipating like we prepare and keep, we make it zero orders. So that certainly results in wastage, and we have seen quite a bit of wastage initially, up to 5%, which is very high for this business. So I think this probably, I mean, at least in 4 months, I have not got a trend to moderate this. So we are living with this right now. And third is the high cost. Um, I think the previous speaker said amazingly about the cost. Uh, Everybody says that we can open kitchen anywhere where the rentals are lower, and rentals being one of the major overheads for the business. So if this is kept lower, everything, I mean, like the model becomes very light. But actually, it is not true. We have to be in the center of the catchment to cater. I mean, if you're catering 3 kilometers radius, we have to be in that catchment. So the rentals, the differential rentals between the high street and say a residential area is not, I mean, like maybe 30% cheaper, 35% cheaper. So that's it. I mean, that's the only advantage what we may get in the rentals. But still, we may have to pay at least 2/3 of the rentals what we pay, because it's a commercial space. In commercial space, certainly people expect more rentals than a residential space. So that's on the rentals. The second is certainly the manpower. It is a food factory. I put this way. I mean, like though we call it ghost kitchens or cloud kitchen, it's a food factory because we have to manufacture food for the recipes we have and keep everything ready. When the order comes, it has to be serviced. And the Swiggy also takes. I mean, typically with taxes and all, almost like 1/3 of the sales. And every order, if we lose 1/3, I mean, it's I mean a huge cost which cannot be controlled. And I'm sure Swiggy will not reduce nor any other operators because they have their own losses to manage. So it becomes a very, very high operational cost. And packing material, if it's not good, uh, customers doesn't appreciate. We have seen that. I mean, like initially we started with a little cheaper alternatives, but we got feedback that we had package is nothing great. So typically, to give a good paper packaging in today's environmental friendly thing, almost around 10% of the business goes in just packaging. So in that sense, even the previous speaker said that the cost is probably actually becomes more than restaurant. I've not handled restaurant, but certainly the net margins what we see at the end of the day is like very, very less than what typically a restaurant makes. So in that sense, yeah, unless we really convert this kitchen as a food factory, we actually cannot make money in this. And the fourth is, I mean, the word ghost kitchen is a little odd, but then actually it's for a customer it's a ghost kitchen because they don't see it, they have not seen this anywhere else. And for a kitchen also it's a ghost customer because they cannot interact with the customer, they don't know who the customers are. In Swiggy, absolutely there is no clue about the customers in the kitchen, and the customers also will not get interacted with the kitchens. The interaction will only be with the ratings, so either poor, average, good. uh, in a restaurant, people typically give advice of if they want a little spicy food, if they want more salt or less salt. But here, not everybody actually mentions, though there is an option for customers to mention the type of food they want if they have to customize. But seldom customers use that. But when they are not happy after tasting the food, when they feel that it's a little salty or if they want a little spiciness, then they give poor rating. They say bland. The food is not spicy. So I mean, these are some of the things like, and when we know that we are getting a bad response, we cannot even interact with the customer. So once the delivery happens, the relation between the customer and the kitchen closes. I think this is one big gap actually, because unless the interaction happens, I think the bondage doesn't build. At the end of the transaction, it merely ends as a transaction. And the fifth major challenge which I've seen in last 3 months is the predatory pricing. The pricing has been so predatory. When we launched at a 40% discount. We ran for 2 months because we had to acquire customers. But after that, we knew that it was like not possible to uh, uh, continue that because it's unviable for the business. Suddenly, the orders dropped. But then after a week, gradually it picked up and almost like we got the same number of orders after a month. But then today, I mean, from yesterday, we are seeing the campaign from Swiggy that many brands have offered 60% off. Now these are like, there's no end for this. I mean, if a person offers 60% off on food, I mean, that is not the margin certainly the cloud kitchen operates. Or if anybody has to do a high throughput, that crazy pricing doesn't work in cloud kitchen. We have seen that. So I think we need to have some sanctity in pricing. Um, just because some investors are pumping money, they cannot throw at the customers at giving the offer discounts like 60%. It's not going to help anybody. When the discounts are pulled off, they're going to lose business. So this is the challenges what I've observed uh, in last 4 months. Though I'm very new for this business, I'm learning, and today I think after hearing from everybody here in the panel, I'm sure I'll be quite a experienced person. Thank you.
Thank you, Satish. lot of nuances
Yeah.
in customer engagement, customer satisfaction. It was a good insight. Thank you, Satish. So we go for the next one. I'm taking a break. So we
Started?
once. Yes, this is the founder, Dhrubo Jasu. He is the founder of Nomadchefs. He'll be talking about his venture, business model, and the COVID challenges. Go ahead. Over to you,
Yeah,
Dhrubo.
thanks, Rajan. Actually, I am Dhruvo and I started Nomadchefs on 2019. And
Okay.
the thing is, like, I quit my job in Cognizant Center. We loved the food. We served the biryanis of our own, like in our own tradition. Then my co-founder Vipul, and we started cooking and serving for our friends. So they told us like, okay, why not you start the food business? Why you're working in corporate areas? So it took us around 6 8 months, and we and him quit the job and started this business. Around 3 4 months we did the market research and we came up of the concept of cloud kitchen. So it's like the concept and the keyword is new, but the concept was there earlier also. So we started as a delivery only model with a low capital expenditure. And what the main challenge is, like in that 1 year of operation we pivoted in every 2 months. Like the first we started with biryani, with our Hyderabadi biryani and all these things. Then we like in Swiggy and Zomato we uploaded our brand. The main challenge is like initial days you will not get that much order, so we are not aware of that. So we ran our marketing and again we get the order. And you have to, I like, it's the main challenge was to leverage the Swiggy platform and not as a like a primary source of revenue generation. So we got it very early and we started our own delivery, our own app, website and all these things. So we started diverting the customer from Swiggy and Zomato platform to our own. And the main challenge is like other the Satish told, like the inconsistent order flow. That is the main challenge, I guess. And we need to have like multiple set of brands also. You cannot survive in a cloud kitchen model with single brand. So we pivoted to a different brand, and next we are going to start a subscription model, like without Swiggy and Zomato platform. We are just going to partner with other like delivery guys like Shadowfax and other companies, Dunzo. And we are going to start our own website and app, and through that we are going to deliver the like meal delivery service. Like when your kitchen is not in that much high pressure moment, like in 9 to 11, with that we can prepare 9 to 11 a.m for our subscription customers, and then we can serve our on demand customers also. So in that way we cannot let our kitchen sit for like in like 4 to 6 p.m. That time we are not having that much big order, so we can implement a different team and they can serve. So that's the concept we have. And the main challenge is like you don't have like that, and the competition also, and the pricing part also. Like lot of low cost brand, they are going to come and they're going to sell biryanis and all this item in 150 160 rupees. But in that particular area, like your food cost and the thing is like you need to have a very like 30 to 35%, not more than that. If you're having 40 42% of food cost, then the brand is not profitable. And we have lost a lot of money in initial 4 or 5 months. So after the loss happened, we went to the analytics part and we checked all the data, like where exactly it leaked. And like the chef, maybe they didn't follow the recipes properly, maybe the taste didn't happen. And the customer, they are ruthless in this cloud kitchen space. Even so we thought of we Indians are like very well known of doing something else, like not which is not conventional. When unconventional, we reached our customer like with every order we sent some pamphlet and cards, like these are our website link, these are our Instagram handles, you can kind, these are our WhatsApp number. So if something is going wrong, maybe like you didn't like the taste, but the same dish 95% customer they are giving good feedback, but some particular 5% customer they don't, uh, maybe the test is completely subjective. So we created a link like customer can reach out to us and they can say like this happened. So we have seen like 99% of time we reached out to the customer, the unhappy customer, and we talked to them like what exactly went wrong. So they told us like the taste is little bit bland, like I don't find that much salt in there. So that doesn't mean like your product is bad. So like we have seen a lot of monster reviews like taste is bad, but when we contacted them they felt sorry. Okay, no problem. Next time definitely I'm going to order. So we started diverting those customers to our own platform, because Swiggy, Zomato, they're not going to share the data. I don't know why they're charging 24% commission and they're not sharing the data and all these things. So we need to create our own database. So we came like after 3 months of operation, we lost the money in discount and every year, everywhere. But then we started leveraging our own customer data. We created our own database whenever we are running offers and everything. So people started ordering from us directly. The main challenge is you have to give them a Swiggy, a Zomato like delivery experience. So it's like don't like if you say like 30 minutes, then definitely deliver by 30 minutes, because the next time the customer don't want to go to our own platform, and because Swiggy they are going to deliver in 30 minutes, right? So actually we didn't make any new customers. We just whatever customer we got in Swiggy and we diverted that to our own platform. So in that way we are surviving. COVID happened and we are working from IT areas. A lot of people went home, but whoever present here, most of the guys are families. So we started we have seen like a lot of high volume orders, like around 900,000 rupees order also we are getting. So we thought of let's connect with the families, and yeah, because people are working from home, mostly the couple like husband wife both are working, so they don't have time for cook for lunch. So we talked with these kind of customers. We came up with a subscription model, like where let serve a subscription model, because our kitchen cannot go empty. Like we want that kind of environment from 9 to till 10 o'clock, and we want to see that. So our model is very lean, so for that only we are able to like survive. Initially like in May, June, after June the people went back to their hometowns, and after that we are continuously innovating and pivoting. So that's the key. And innovation and your analytics, like you have to focus on your data, what exactly coming in and what exactly going out, and what like we have a formula of total revenue. If you are generating suppose 1 lakh, and we should not store another inventory of more than 10,000 rupees, so only 10% of the inventory should be there, not beyond that. So focusing on the key metrics, and we are able to survive. And we next year definitely we are going to expand this operation around across Chennai. The next to 2022 we are going to expand multi-city. And the main thing is you have to focus on the data. Yeah, for that like Posit like tool also can help. Yeah, and lot of other companies are also there in industry of backend technology. And this is the main challenge. And I think one of the good best thing happened in COVID, like lot of people are sharing their kitchen space, so expansion will not be a big expenditure. So we can even last 3 days back I had a discussion with Rajan, like he gave me the idea like you can expand with like shared kitchen space. So that is a good thing. If you want to expand, then I don't think like that much capital expenditure is needed as of now. So the main challenge is like inconsistent water flow, and we are definitely going like with a mix of subscription model and on-demand model. I think we can make a profitable business out of it with 10 to 15% margin at least. Yeah. Thank you,
Good,
everyone.
Dhrubo. I think you're focusing on the most sustainable model. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Focusing on unit economics is all very important. So once the pandemic times, you'll be able to build traction, I guess.
Yeah, I think if the pandemic didn't happen, like we didn't know this kind of thing, like we came like our own potential we are not able to identify. Like if the pandemic happened, we focused on the analytics part also, and go to the customer and talk to them and find some another revenue sources. So we came up with a mix of our own subscription model and on-demand model, so that we can keep the kitchen afloat and run with at least 10-15% net margin we should get. So otherwise, we are not able to sustain this business. And maybe we investors can pump the money and we can raise a series of rounds, but that's not sustainable in our own way. For first 3-4 years, we need to make a very good profit out of it. Then we can go and see a Rebel Foods, Wow Momo kind of growth after that.
Okay, Dhrubo. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
Thank you.
presentation.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, I will introduce Abhinav. This is Dr. Abhinav Saxena, founder, the Art of Business. He has got a huge community of cloud kitchen operators, owners, startups. So he could be a huge influence for all the startups. So he'd like to give a talk on 5 minutes. Go ahead,
Absolutely.
Abhinav.
Thank you, Mr. Ranjan. I'll request everybody else if you can just turn off your mics so that there is no echo. And thank you, Mr. Rajan, for giving this opportunity. And quick intro about myself. So I'm Dr. Abhinav Saxena, and let's just directly jump to the topic. Uh, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? If yes, please let me know. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, Avinav, we can see your screen. Go on.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So, yeah, so today, like you guys are already in technology and you guys have already the insight of what is happening in the industry. But my take on this entire cloud kitchen will be little different. And I want to focus more over on the marketing side of it. And I call it the third wave, right? So, for example, we saw the first wave of marketing. It happened from like 2000 to 2010, and the era was of Google Ads, right? Squeeze page, funnels, and long form sales emails. We all have seen that, right? Later on we saw the second wave happening, and we saw the rise of what we call like videos were very new thing then. From 2010 to 2020, funnels were there, and e-commerce platform were emerging. Facebook ad were brilliant. Like right now the cost per lead and everything has gone up, but and they still work. I'm not saying they are not working, I'm just saying the waves are changing now. And now we are entering into the third wave, which is from 2020 and beyond. Okay, so a couple of things that I would like to highlight, and this session is moreover dedicated to people who are in cloud kitchen, like the last speaker I heard of. It will prominently help them to understand where they should be focusing on and how they can reach more and more people. So starting with the now we are entering into like platform kind of startups more and more. So this started with Zomato, Swiggy, Food Panda like a platform, but later on you can clearly see Rebel Food like platforms also have this apps and platform where people can go order. And similarly, even in our community that we have created of cloud kitchen owners right now, 750 plus people we are helping one on one, and we have more than 10,000 people inside the community. So we are also focusing on creating platforms where people can order, not only order, but can can treat it like a community, can come again back and again and again can come to that platform. And the next one is building micro niche targeted. So for example, in the past when we were talking about the restaurant business and all, this micro niche was not really that important piece of business model, because even if you have a big menu, you can call the waiter and you can ask what is good, what is not, and stuff, you can figure it out. But as and when we are moving into online space, becoming specialist in a food domain has become more important than ever. All right. So if you talk about if you see a menu like this online, especially I'm talking about cloud kitchen, it becomes very hard to order food. Whereas if you talk about a menu like this, where you have only four options on one page, four options on another page, and this is again an online menu, it becomes very easy. And preconceived notion becomes like, this guy must be good at idli, that's why he's selling idlis, right? At least I'll get a good idli if I want to have it. So become a specialist in dominating a category plays a very vital role right now in the current cloud kitchen system. And the food, so for example, the food is decided that what you are going to sell. Along with that, you need to be very specific on whom are you selling to. I'll give you three examples. It will make you understand like what attracts more people. Like for example, you are an office person, you are a working person, and you don't find time to order, make your own breakfast, and you see an advertisement of a brand who's saying, I'm a North Indian brand. All right, comparative to, you see another option of a brand who's saying, I'm a North Indian paratha brand. Yeah, wait for it. Then you see an option which says, I'm a North Indian paratha brand for working couples. Now, honestly, tell me, isn't this third one attracting you more as a working person, as a working couple? And that's the power when you specifically target a particular community. And community can be anything related to, like, it can be a Jain community, it can be a working community, it can be a student community, it can be hostelers. There's so many categories of people whom you can target. And if you focus only on this part, there's no competition truly in the market, because you are going to set yourself apart from the rest of the crowd in that way. The third one is multi-brand, like what Rebel Food has created, right? So it's like, imagine running 10 restaurants from one restaurant. In restaurant world, it was not possible, but in cloud kitchen world, it's pretty much possible. And 10 restaurant means 10 times sales, or at least more than one time sale, higher franchise fees, and even more company valuation when you sell it off, or you raise funds and stuff like that. And that's what industry people are doing, like Rebel Food. So Rebel Food run Fasus Behru's Lunchbox, such 11 brands from one outlet, and they have 190 outlets. Domino's took like 10 to 15 years to reach to the 1,000 outlet mark. Rebel Food with 190 outlets in 2019 with 11 restaurants crossed that mark way ahead, and that's why the valuation of Rebel Food is currently sitting at like what, $700 million. And this is not even a 10-year-old company. And this is one of the, I'm not saying this is the entire thing, but this is one of the major aspect of it. Similarly, Ola Food is doing, they are coming up with khichdi experiment, paratha experiment, breakfast experiment, and stuff like that. All right. So I hope you guys are with me till here. Yeah. Third one is, all that is running from one restaurant, because if you see the older model, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, KFC, all are of Yum Foods, but they all needed different supply chain altogether to establish a single brand. Whereas in Rebel Food model, all of it can be done from a single kitchen. And that's the beauty about the cloud kitchen. It's not another just food business model. I'm saying what was not possible in restaurant or cafe or food truck model, it's possible in cloud kitchen. It's an extra leverage altogether, and that's what we are helping even in our community. So for example, Wow Kitchen is again one of our community member, and they are reaching to 1 crore revenue per month right now with the power of this model, because they are running 6 brand from city like Jaipur. 1 crore per month, you can understand the power of it. So go for multi-brand and start thinking with multi-brand from day one. Build the first brand, then focus on the second one, but start thinking from day one. Also build multiple sources of income. Like a couple of the past speakers shared the problem with the high commissions of Zomato and Swiggy. See, that is because the dependency is on them. They are deciding how much order you are getting, they are deciding how much money you are making, so it's their business, not yours. You have to take back the keys of your business which you have given to them. And for that, you need to have multiple sources for income. For example, aggregator should not be the only one. Start taking direct orders. You can like one of my again client, Thoda Aur did. They offered free biryani on direct order with them, and they wrote it on a piece of paper, and they slide it into their food box, and that became like very intriguing for customer. Okay, I will get a free biryani, although the commissions that they were paying to Zomato, Swiggy, the cost of the food cost of the biryani were less than that, so they happily did that. Similarly, focus on bulk orders, party orders, office orders, what you can go about it. And the next one is tie-ups. So for example, I'm selling to you, someone else is also selling to you. Tie up with this person who is selling to you. Okay, so that it's a win-win for all the three of us. You give commission, and that's how you can grow. All right, because see, again, this is a report from Inc. 42, which says single cloud kitchen cannot survive in this industry, and they have clearly wrote Zomato and Swiggy will not let you survive. All right, so and it really pains me a lot when people say that we are still surviving. I'm telling you, this is the time of thriving. If you apply these systems, if you do it in a systematic way. All right, the next point that I want to highlight on is building influence, and this is again very crucial. Like especially YouTube is playing a very vital role. So I'll tell you a small example. Like I went Madurai like couple of days back. I was in Madurai and I was searching for non-veg food. Somebody recommended Kumar Mess kind of name. I went there. Then I found this founder of Village Food Factory, and Kumar Mess has been transformed into Daddy's Arumugam kitchen. And I dig the story in deep. They have 4 million subscribers on YouTube, due to which a Singapore investor came down to India, invested in this guy who was from a village just because he was an influencer, and paid the money and rebuilt the entire restaurant. And it's like lavishing restaurant right now in Madurai, and they will be soon expanding to other part of the country. Next one is hire influencer. If you can't be an influencer, you don't want to make this the face of your brand, probably hire someone who's already an influencer who can talk about you. Like Behruz Biryani is doing this. They hired Kunal Kapoor. Other brands are also doing similar kind of stuff. So go for such influencer. They will definitely work a lot. And since you guys are already into tech, see, voice is the next big thing. Alexa, Google search, Google Echo, these will be the future tools where people will just be saying, okay, Alexa, order chicken biryani. And the best chicken biryani rating will get the order. All right. And on that note, this is the next point, that focus on review and rating right now. This is the high time. If you don't have review and rating on Google, because Google is also entering the market, right? Later or sooner or later, it will come. There are already reports about it. And whether it is Zomato, Swiggy, focus on review and rating in form of video testimonial. Offer them something. They will not review you free of cost. You need to give them something in first place, and then you can expect a return of a review. Video testimonial, a message or unboxing video like opening your box. For that, the packaging has to be very good, and this plays a very vital role in this entire scenario. And the next one is focus on recurring business. Try to understand, guys, this is not a one-time business. I see this big mistake people do. They focus on the customer, they get the customer, they forget the customer. Don't do that mistake. Focus on recurring business. Because see, from an ad or aggregator, by running ads or from aggregator, your focus should be getting direct orders from customer. If you get direct orders from customer, focus on bulk orders from the same customer. They have parties, they have birthdays, they have anniversaries and stuff like that. Then these will be your loyal customers and your fan base, and they will, if they have money in place, few of them will want to buy your franchise also. And that's how the customer acquisition cost will not hurt you. The commissions of aggregator will not hurt you when you are asking them to come into direct order and then into bulk order. The whole ROI, if you find out of the system, will be very, very, very positive. And the last quote on which I would like to end is from my father. And this is again a very pivotal thing in current market, that is hard decision leads to easy life and easy decisions leads to hard life. And this is something that my father said, because so currently the hard decision is to revamp everything, to start thinking from scratch. COVID has changed the entire world in a very different way. Past speakers also shared that. But this is this has to be your focus. Start investing right now. Invest on hiring, invest on marketing, invest on even learning. All right, because see, like your phone gets updated every 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, but the most important piece of your, the everything that you have is your mind. How often are you updating that? You really need to work on that. So start taking hard decisions, and that's all from my side. By the way, for people who still want to continue running, you can follow. You can search me on YouTube, Abhinav Saxena. You'll find my channel. A lot of videos for free to help you guys. That's all from my side. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Rajan.
you, Abhinav.
Thank you.
Good influencer strategies, yeah.
Thank
You can
you.
get a lot of influencing how to approach the market.
Thank
It's
you
a
so
good
much.
idea. We can have a good session separately with you later.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we have Shihab Sheikh, co-founder, Rolling Plates. He will be talking about his business model and the COVID challenges he has been facing. He's a cloud kitchen co-founder. Go ahead, Shihab.
Uh, Hi everyone, this is Shihab here. I'm the co-founder of Rolling Plates. We are a cloud kitchen based startup based out of Ahmedabad, and we run three virtual restaurant brands: Ahmedabadi Biryani, Bruncho, and third is the Mughal Treat. We started off in the year 2018, and the initial thought was not to get into cloud kitchen model as such, but to promote a local variant of biryani that we have been eating since our childhood. We felt this variant of biryani had a potential to make it a bigger and better brand than the other variants of biryani, such as Avdi biryani or Hyderabadi biryani or any other biryani variants that we have eaten so far. I'm a very amid traveler. I've been traveling to a lot of places in and around India as well as abroad. I've tried Hyderabadi, Kerala, Avdi biryani, etc. And I still felt that Ahmedabadi had a potential to make it a big. So when we started, the first brand that we launched was obviously Ahmedabadi biryani. After much of research, deliberate research, and trying out every biryani available in and around Ahmedabad city, and finally we zeroed in on the flavors cooked by the local bhatiaras. Bhatiaras are the local cooks in Ahmedabad, walled city. Surprisingly, initially when we launched, we did not have delivery support from Zomato in our locality, so we had to actually fight back. I wrote plenty of emails to the central team, and finally got it figured out. So the central team from Delhi activated logistics for our brand. When we started, it was merely 4 deliveries a day. Then it grew slowly, and it kept on increasing from 4 to 10, 12, 15, 20, 30, 50, and then came a day on 31st of March 19 on 31st of March 2019, we delivered around 300 biryanis a day from one single outlet that we were operating by then. So we had a huge traction. We really didn't have much budget to spend on PR and promotion activities, but we organically got featured by many big media houses such as Tripoto, which featured our biryani among the top 7 biryani brands in India. We searched by the keyword Ahmedabadi biryani, which I personally did randomly one day, and this article popped up. I was surprised to know that we have been given this huge honor by Tripoto.com. There's this YouTube channel, Coach 24/7, that has featured our interview on their channel. And recently, the startup storytelling website, the sharestory.com, has featured our interview and our story. So we had an early traction. We could make our mark. Uh, in the city from where we are operating from. And also when the Uber Eats uh, was operational in Ahmedabad city before it got to actually taken over by Zomato, we rank number one on Uber Eats platform. So no matter from where you are searching for biryani in Ahmedabad city, Ahmedabadi biryani used to rank number one on their platform. Uh, and also we had a very strong loyal customer base. I remember seeing on the Zomato dashboard that this particular person is ordering your biryani for the 24th time. So we had a loyal customer base. Also we made sure that we work on the customer satisfaction parameter very strongly. And every time we got a very bad review or complaint, we actually, particularly on this Zomato platform, it's possible to see reviews and ratings, and you can interact with the customers. This same option is not available in the Swiggy platform. So on Zomato we made sure that every time we receive bad rating or there is a complaint, we used to interact and used to uh, 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 send one extra biryani complimentary to the customer, and by that way we have built a very strong loyal customer base. And now the same person who received the complimentary biryani, and we actually worked on the complaint part as well. It's not only sending a free biryani but then working on the complaint part and trying to figure out what exactly went wrong. This way we have been able to build a very strong and loyal customer base. uh, COVID has actually come as a huge setback for us. We had plans to expand to the other cities and even um, build a strong foothold within the city from where we are operating right now. We wanted to expand our network within Ahmedabad city as well, but we had to scale down. We focused and then just operated from one single outlet and sustained. So because the focus was on keeping your brand alive and not let it die. I will actually admit that it was a very tough time. The number of orders had decreased, so the focus actually went on doing direct deliveries. We started delivering directly. We built our own e-commerce website from which we delivered. Also parallelly we started taking orders on WhatsApp and phone calls. We did institutional tie-ups. We also had support from our restaurant fraternity. We got orders, bulk orders from some of the restaurant owners. We used to deliver 50 biryanis a day to some of such associates, and that way we have been able to sustain so far. So we are waiting for the right time to grow, because we believe this is not the correct time for expansion, but definitely time to let not your brand die and keep it afloat. Uh, there are other certain tweaks that we had to actually made to our current model. We tie up with one of the largest hospitality players in Ahmedabad, called Foodin. We went into a hybrid model of cloud come takeaway, because we felt people were still doing takeaways, if not doing dine-in. So we had a strategic tie-up with them, wherein we had a partnership in one of the takeaway joints from where we continue to deliver online, take direct deliveries, and also do takeaway sales. So that way we actually uh, created a very sort of a hybrid model, which actually can keep us alive and sail through these trying times. Uh, Now the other challenges that we are facing currently is that though the number of orders have come down, there's one positive sign that we have seen is the average order value has increased right now. Previously, the average order value used to be around 200 to 250. Now it has gone up to around 400 rupees, and that's a positive sign. We are definitely seeing light and at the end of the tunnel, but we are still to get uh, an opportunity, a right opportunity through which we can actually grow and expand our operations. Uh, am I audible, Mr. Rajan? Hello.
Yes, you're audible.
Go ahead, Chef.
Hello.
Finished? No, I think the time is over. Finished? Shihab,
Hello.
I could hear you. Go ahead. Hello. I think there is some disruption, so we are discontinuing. Fine.
Hello, Mr. Rajan.
Yes.
Am
Finished?
I still connected?
Yeah, you are connected, but you are finished or no?
No, I was continuing. I thought there was some technical glitch, so I had to
I know, but the
interrupt
time
and
is
then.
also over. Why don't you finish it immediately, please?
Sure, Mr. Rajan.
I can give it another 3 minutes.
Sure, Mr. Rajan. I'll
Yeah.
continue. Yeah. Uh, So now what we have decided is to get into a franchisee model, which will be completely a virtual franchisee model, wherein we can share our expertise in running cloud kitchens and handling the online operations. My forte is advertising and brand communication, so we can actually provide a central support for advertising, brand communication, and uh, uh, the expertise that we have in the running cloud kitchen to the budding entrepreneurs who wish to join us, and uh, uh, without much of investment they can actually set up our brands in their restaurants and cloud kitchen setups. This is what our short term vision or the goal is, to expand the operations and to have strategic tie-ups. Thank you very much, Mr. Rajan.
Thank you, Shihab. Very carefully executed model. All the best.
Thank
So
you.
we end the session here.